Guys, to a new video. Today we're testing the game Alone in the Dark on the RTX 3050 Ti, and our target in the video is 60 FPS or above 60, and if we cannot target 60 we're targeting 30 FPS. So we will start with 1080p low settings. So now this is 1080p low settings without DLSS, without nothing. Okay. So like I told you, so this is 1080p low settings without DLSS, without nothing, and you can see we're getting 90s, 95, 80s, sorry, 88, 80, so we're getting very good performance. So like I told you, so this is 1080p low settings without DLSS, without nothing. So this is Alone in the Dark. And you can see we're getting above 60 very easy, but we're dropping to the 50s, but not always. So like I told you, so this is 1080p low settings.
May 1923, Monday. All okay, ready for delivery. Maintenance. Oil pump must be serviced. Any tampering causes large...
Okay, let's skip it. So like I told you, so this is 1080p low settings without DLSS, without nothing, and you can see we're getting...
I need the key.
We're getting above 60 very easy. Getting 80s, 70s. So like I told you, we're getting above 60 very easy.
Locked.
So this is 1080p low settings, like I told you. And the performance is very good.
There's something missing.
Very easy. We're getting, like I told you, very good performance.
Now locked.
We're getting 80, 85, but we're dropping to the 50s, but not always. But we're still above 60 very easy.
There's something missing.
So like I told you, so this is 1080p low settings without DLSS, without nothing, and we're getting above 60 very easy, but we're dropping to the 50s and the 60s, but not always. So this is 1080p low settings, like I told you. So you can see 80, 84. So very good performance. '70s. So like I thought, this is 1080p low settings. 73. Yeah, very good performance.
There's something missing.
Very good performance. So now let's go to medium settings. I think that's enough for low settings. Wait a second, yeah. So this is now 1080p medium settings. In medium settings you can see we're getting 60s and 40s. Sorry, 60s and we're dropping to the 40s, but still above 60 very easy. 60, 67. $66, $64, yeah, very good performance. We're not even using DLSS, not yet, and it's very good performance. Very good. $63, yeah, very good performance, like I told you. 50s, but now we're up to the 50s, but still very good performance. So this is 1080p low settings. Sorry, medium settings. And we're getting very good performance, like I told you.
Got it.
70s, very good performance. So this is 1080p, like I told you, medium settings. So now let's try. Yeah, you can see we're getting 60, 65, 50s. I think there's a monster here. No. Yes. A crocodile. Or something like that. You can see we're getting 50s now. 50, 55, 54. Yeah, 50, 55, 50, 55. So this is 1080p medium settings, and we're getting 50s now. So now let's try using DLSS, because remember our target in the video is 60 or above 60. Let's try adding DLSS all the quality. So with the quality you can see we're achieving above 60 very easy. Yeah, very easy.
It worked.
We're getting above 60 very easy. This is with 1080p medium settings with DLSS quality only, not performance, not auto performance, not balance, all the quality. And you can see we're getting 60s and 70s. We're not even dropping to the 50s. So we're getting very good performance. You can see, yeah, now drop to the 30s, but not always. So still above 60, very easy. There is some stuttering, but not always. So now let's try let's go to medium settings. Sorry, let's go to high settings. And first we will try it without DLSS. So without DLSS in high settings, you can see we're getting 40s, 40, 45, we're not even the 60s, 50s, yeah, we're not even the 60s. Because remember, our target in the video is 60 and we're not even getting 60s. So now let's try adding DLSS, enabling DLSS quality. You can see quality DLSS, if not balance, not performance, we're getting 60, 65, 70s, yeah, 60s and 70s. '63, yeah, you can see 60, 65, 70s, '70. So now there is a cutscene. Yeah, in fighting you can see when there's enemies, you can see we're getting 60, 63, 63, yeah, in the 60s, 68, 50s were dropping, so not 100% above 60 in high settings with DLSS quality. So now we put it in balance. Let's try if we can get above 60. So in balance you can see we're getting 50s and 40s. So this is 1080p high settings and we're getting 50s and 40s. Yeah, 50s and 40s. So this is 1080p high settings. And we're getting 50s and 40s. 50, 55, 40s. And then dead. But we're getting 50s and 40s. 50, 54. So this is 1080p high settings with DLSS. So now let's try performance. Because remember, our target in the video is 60 or above 60. In performance, you can see we're getting 55, 60, yeah. In performance, we're getting above 60. No, we're dropping to the 30s still. Still, we're dropping to the 40s. Yeah, still we're dropping to the 40s. And then in 1080p high settings with DLSS in performance, we're dropping still under 60s. So now after the game loads, we will try ultra performance. So let's try ultra performance. So this is now 1080p high settings with ultra performance. Let's skip it. Ultra performance, you can see we are between 60s and 50s in ultra performance. So this is 1080p high settings. I think there is ultra, yes, let me check. Yeah, there is epic. So with ultra performance 1080p high setting, with ultra performance you can see we're getting 60, 65, 63, 50s when we're aiming. Yeah, 50, 55, 54. So between 50s and 60s in high settings. Yeah, between 50s and 60 in high settings. So like I told, this is 1080p high settings with DLSS and ultra performance, I think. Yeah, let me check. Let me recheck. Yeah, sorry, it was disabled. I don't know why, the DLSS. So this is now 1080p high settings with DLSS ultra performance. It was disabled before. So now with ultra performance you can see we're getting 60s and 70s, not 60s and 50s, sorry. 60s and 70s. Yeah, I was mistaken before because the DLSS disabled for a moment. So we're getting 60s and 70s now, and 80s in ultra performance in 1080p high settings with DLSS ultra performance. But you can see in this area now we're getting 50s, but not always. Now we're getting 50, 55, 53, 54, so it's between 60s and 70s, and we're dropping to the 50s, not always. So now let's try epic settings. Yeah, epic settings, and first we will try it without DLSS. Epic settings without DLSS, you can see we're getting 40s. Let's skip the cutscene again. Yeah, we're getting 40s and 30s in epic settings. 40s and 30s. And when aiming you can see we're getting 30s. 30, 35, 40s. So it's between 30s and 40s in epic settings. So now let's add DLSS. And let's try quality first. Quality, we can see we're getting 50s and 60s in quality. So this is 1080p epic settings with DLSS quality, and you can see we're getting 60s, 65, 50s, yeah, between 50s and 60s, and 40s. So let's try then balance, if we can get above 60. Even in balance you can see we're still under 60. Yeah, we're still under 60. We're not even in the 60s in balance. So let's try then it's always disabled. I don't know why. Let me try. Yeah, in balance you can see, yeah, we're still under 60s. Let's try then, let's try performance. In performance you can see we're still under 60. We are 50, 55, 60, so between 50s and 60s in balance. Yeah, 50s and 60s in balance. So let's try then I think I need to die first. Let me die. I let the game load. So let's try then now performance. Sorry. Let's go to performance. And then we will try ultra performance. In performance you can see we're getting 60 and 70s, and when shooting you can see we're getting 70s. So this is 1080p epic settings with performance, and you can see we are under above 60 and we're dropping to the 50s, but not always. Yeah, you can see we're getting 50, 55, 53 and 60s. So it's between 50s and 60s and 70s in balance, in performance, sorry. So now let's try ultra performance. Ultra performance, you can see we're getting there is no difference between performance and ultra performance. No difference at all. We're getting 60s and 70s, but now we're getting 80s. So performance, with the 1080p epic settings with dlss and ultra performance, you can see we're getting 60s and 70s and 50s and 80s. So it's mixed. And when shooting you can see we're getting 70s and 80s. So this is 1080p like I told you. Low epic settings. So thank you, and like and subscribe for the channel. In the next video we will test it in 1440p, and the next one we will test it in 4K.